Hi grade 5s, welcome back to your second lesson of ukulele this term. Our first one was done in person, our second one is now here. So we're going to go into a bit more detail on our ukulele. We're going to learn how to play some chords and we're going to learn how to tune our ukulele, okay? So let me just do a quick reminder of what we did last week. We said we have our ukulele, obviously, and we have three parts of it. We have our head, our neck, and our body. Now in between those we have this little white thing which is called a bridge. And over here, what squirrels like to eat? A nut. And what we play is usually in between the bridge and the nut. Now the spaces in between are called our frets. So we have first fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret. But make sure you don't play on the metal things, okay? You want to play in between the metal things. But most importantly, you want to play a bit forward. So think of each space as a football field. Who plays in the back of the football field? The goalkeeper and the defender. And who else? The referees. Don't be playing where the referee is. You got to play in the field. So if you're playing ukulele or guitar or any stringed instrument, well, mostly those that have actual frets, you want to make sure your fingers are on the front side of the fret to give you a good sound. So for example, if I am in the front over here, sounds nice and good. If I'm in the middle, it still sounds okay. That's midfield. But if I'm in the back, it starts to get buzzy and it doesn't sound good. Let's try another fret. Let me try on the third fret. If I'm in the front, playing striker, sounds good. If I'm in the middle, still sounds okay. But if I'm in the back playing defense, it starts to get buzzy. So make sure you always play either midfield or striker in any fret. So that's midfield or on the front side of the fret, okay? Now, we had the names of our strings, which were G, C, E, A. Giant cats eat antelopes, or if they're vegetarian, avocados. So giant cats eat antelopes. And the way we count the strings, if you wanted to use string numbers, you'd count it from bottom to top. So this would be G, this would be string number 1, string number 2, string number 3, string number 4. String number 4 is G, string number 3 is C, string number 2 is E, and string number 1 is A. Alright, so G, C, E, A. Cool. So before we keep going, we need to know how to tune our ukulele. So make sure your parents are with you because they're going to need to be here because this is a very important step. So grab your phones and go to, if you have an Apple phone, go to the App Store and now type in something called Guitar Tuner. Now you don't want to think of it tuner like T-U-N-E-R, think of like the fish, T-U-N-A, okay? And or if you have an Android phone, go to the Play Store and then type the same thing, Guitar Tuner, T-U-N-A. It should come up on your screen. And then download it, make sure your parents help you download it, and then change the settings to make sure it's a ukulele. And when you've done all of that, it should appear like this on your phone, okay? There's your Guitar Tuner. Now one very important thing, you'll see on the top right hand side there's a sign that says auto. Make sure it's on green. You don't want it to be gray. If it's gray, that means it's off. Make sure it's, press it again, make sure it's green so it can be picking up the sounds that come up, okay? So the way it works is we have our tuning pegs and we want to make sure our fingers are following the right tuning peg, okay? And don't let your one finger be here and then the other hand be on a different tuning peg. They have to be on the same string all the time. So just take a moment to look and see, where does my G string go? It goes to the first tuning peg. My C string goes to the second tuning peg. My E string goes to this tuning peg over here, alright, on the outside. And my A string goes to the bottom tuning peg. Alright, right there. So let's try and tune our ukulele. So first up, play a note and you will see that your phone is picking it up. Now since this is a G note, we wanted to say G on our ukulele. So let's say it's off like this. My guitar tuner will tell me it's too low. So what does that mean I have to do? I have to get it higher. And how do I take it higher? I tighten it. So, tighten this, play the string, tighten it till it moves to the middle. And the number it should say is G4, okay? G4. Keep moving it until it gets green. And it'll give you a nice click. Okay? If you end up in the right place, there's a click. Let's see if you can hear it. That's how it should sound like, okay? Let's say if I'm too high. So let me take my C string. If I'm too high, it'll show me, hey, you're way too high. Now this should also say C4, so G4 and C4. Now if it's too high, I do the opposite of what I did for G. I loosen it. So, play it. Don't play it too many times. Just play it once, loosen. When the sound starts to disappear, play it again. Only play it again when the sound starts to disappear. Don't play it too many times all at once. It's getting there. Right there. Alright, so let's take it from our E string. So E string is okay. And once again, it should say E4. If your E string is not okay, let's say if it's like this, mine is too low, what do? I tighten it. So make sure you're using your ears. You can't just do this without listening. So you have to hear, is it going higher or is it getting lower? If it's going lower and it needs to be tightened, then you need to change the direction, okay? Take this higher till I reach the green line. Awesome. Last one. A4. Now, if it ever goes to like G3, that means you just have to keep tuning it until you end up, you have to keep tightening until you get a G4. If it's, let's say, on like a G5, that is way too high. So you need to lower it, okay? So watch out for that. Don't pass those numbers. All of them should be G4, C4, E4, A4. All right? Cool. So let's get to some of our chords on the ukulele. Now, we said that we have our 5 fingers on our hand, but in biology, you want to make sure that you count your thumb as a finger. But in ukulele, absolutely not. You only have 4 fingers. Finger 1, index finger, finger 2, middle finger, finger 3, ring finger, finger 4, pinky finger. So let's learn some 4 basic chords in the ukulele. The first 2 are actually all pretty easy. First one, take your ring finger, put it on the A string on the 3rd fret. Alright, so G, C, E, A on the 3rd fret. That is called C. Alright, C major. And how you're going to play that is, you're going to take your right hand. Now, remember what I said last time, don't let your hands be stiff. You have to imagine like you're saying, Hiya Makanja, I'm telling on you, alright? So your hand has to be nice and loose. And your finger is going to be pointed in just a little bit. That's all. Not all the way like that, just a little bit, okay? And then you're just gonna strum with your index finger. Strum. And I'm playing it in between the sound hole and the part where the neck joins onto the body. So right here. Give me 4 strums on C major. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, remove your left hand, put it back on. C major. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Move your left hand. Put it back on. Go. C major. 2, 3, 4. Pretty easy. Next step. I want you to take your middle finger and you're going to put it on the 2nd fret of the G string. So let me let you figure that out. 2nd fret of the G string. Go for it. In 3, 2, 1. Your middle finger should be right there on the 2nd fret of the G string, okay? This is called A minor. Let's try and play it with 4 strums. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, take a look at it. Take a look where it is. Remove it. Put it back on. A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Put it back. A minor. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, can we try to change from C major to A minor? Let's try it. Change to C major, now. Change to A minor, now. Make sure you're using the right fingers. C major was your ring finger, A minor, your middle finger, finger number 2. Alright, C major, go. A minor, go. Now let's try and strum each one 4 times. We're going to go from C to A minor, okay? 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. C major, then A minor. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor. 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Next chord is going to be F major. And how we play that is, keep your middle finger where it is for that A minor, but you're going to add your index finger on the first fret of the E string, okay? So middle finger on the second fret of the G string, first finger, your index finger, on the first fret of the E string. Okay, so there should be a small gap between them because the C string is not being held. And this is your F major. Alright, let's try 4 strums in F major. Another 4 strums, go. Alright, remove your fingers. Let's go back to F major. In 3, 2, 1, strum. Alright, remove your left hand again. Let's go back, F major, go. Let's try change from A minor to F major. That means we're just removing our index finger for A minor and we're going to put it back on for F major. And make sure it's on the first fret of the E string, not the C string, okay? So let's go from A minor to F major. 4 strums each, go. F. Back to A minor. Back to F. Last time, A minor. Then F. Alright, let's try change from C major to A minor to F major. If you need to pause to remind yourself just to practice those movements, go ahead. Now, let's try it out. C major to A minor to F major. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. A minor, F major. Easy stuff. Let's try it again. 3, go. A minor, F major. Alright, now let's go to the last chord, which is a bit of a tricky one. Now this is going to be called G major. So what I want you to do for G major, you're going to drop your middle finger all the way down to the second fret of the A string. You're going to take your index finger, put it on the C string, second fret. So with these 2 fingers on the second fret, but on different strings. Your index finger is on the C string, your middle finger is on the A string. And so they make a tunnel. Why? Because something can pass through in between them. Very important. Make sure there's a tunnel. They should not be like this. They should not be like this. They should have that tunnel right in between them. And not on the G string, but from the C string, okay? Now, after that tunnel, you're going to put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, right there. So you have a tunnel, it's as if something has passed through the tunnel, and it's right there, 3rd fret of the E string. That's called G major. Now, this is a bit of a tricky one, so you have to practice it a few times. So look at it, notice where the middle finger is, notice how it makes a tunnel with the index finger, and how the ring finger is in front, okay? Remove it, go, G major. Form the tunnel, put your ring finger. Alright, let's try it again. Remove it, shake it off, shake it off. You have 5 seconds to hold your G major. Go! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully you look like that. Let's try it again. Now in 3 seconds. Go! G major. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's see if you can hold it in 2 seconds. Ready? Go! G major. 1, 2. Alright. Soon you should be able to hold it in 0 seconds. You should just be able to have it right there at any point. Let's go. Go. Right there. But that takes practice, okay? So let's strum our G major 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure every string is nice and crisp. It shouldn't sound like this. That means I'm not pressing hard enough. And I don't want you to be weak in terms of your fingers. So you have to make sure you're strong and press hard enough. Alright? Just like that. Don't be. Make sure you press hard. Cool. Remove it. Put it back. G major. Strum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. Remove it. Put it back on. G major in 3, 2, 1. Strum. Alright. Now let's try change from C to A minor to F to G major. Nice and slow. C, A minor, F, G major. And once we reach G major, we just repeat. 3, 2, 1, let's go. minor, F, G major. Now, if it took you a bit of time to get to that G major and you weren't able to get it at the same time as I got it, that's fine. It's a tricky chord, so make sure you practice it continuously and you will get there, okay? So let's try it again. 3, go. A minor, then F, then G, back to C. A minor, then F, then G. Hopefully you got there at the same speed as me. Finish on C. When I say finish, I just want a single strum. Alright, now let's try to switch the order up a bit. Let's go from C to G. So notice how from C to G I take my ring finger up, put the tunnel. Alright, C to G. Ring finger up, make the tunnel. Then A minor, F. So we're going to go C, G, A minor, F. Then repeat. C, G, A minor, F. Practice it a few times, then come back and you're going to play with me. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. C, now G, G, A minor, repeat, C, then G, A minor, F, finish on C. Alright, cool. So there you go. Those are two different progressions. Progression is just a word we use to describe of the way chords move together, okay? So two different progressions. We did C, A minor, F, G, and we also did C, G, A minor, F. So practice through each of them a couple of times. Get really used to them. Make sure your fingers are burning. Remember, if it ain't burning, it ain't working. But eventually, your fingers will get very used to it, and that shows they've gotten stronger. But make sure you press nice and hard. Use your index finger, and don't be scared of strumming it. When it comes to tuning, make sure your hands are on the same string at all times and that you tune them according to the numbers G4, E4, A4, okay? Alright, grade 5s, that's it for today. I will see you next week when we try and learn our first song on the ukulele. Bye for now.